Okay, sounds pretty good. All right, welcome back after a longer hiatus than I usually plan for. It is time to get back to Middle Earth with Gary Ladd the Elf and Cerulean, the horse that we haven't renamed yet but should have by now. And we, if I remember correctly, yes, we are headed to the Lone Lands. We finished everything in bree-land. Let's see. We need, of course, Lily, the friend of nature. Wait, I suppose I'm the friend of nature, right? Yeah. Friend of bears and friend of nature, so I'm both of these things. I'm not a friend of ravens, though. I just know their lore, apparently. So we're going west to the Lone Lands, which means heading, taking the. Do we want to take the road, or do we want to go the way of the Fellowship? I don't remember the exact route though through the woods. I think they just take. We just take the road here. Do they go through Saddle though? I don't remember. Either way, I think we'll probably take the marshes just because, come on, it's more interesting than a road. Anybody can be on a road. Not everyone can brave the marshes. And it gives us an excuse to go on foot, which I'm always looking for. Not that I need an excuse, I can just do it because, you know, I have that freedom, but yeah. So it has been a while. I did tune in to the Tolkien Professor episode 2, excellent work, of his Exploring Middle Earth series. I hope everyone who hears this is taking advantage of that, even if you're hearing it way after the fact. If you like the game, if you like Tolkien, you definitely want to watch the Exploring Middle Earth close reading of Lord of the Rings with a LOTRO element. It's just a blast so far. Now, why aren't you attacking every creature? Why let that bear live? Here, of course, we have Dorset Oaks, our lore master friend who we had to meet with to do the class quest. Looks like we're in Staddle, whether we plan to be or not. Let's see, copper. I feel like this is not worth it. Oh, that's something we don't want. We really don't want this either. What can we take while I'm in here? Let's see. That. And that. Another stat we don't use, but, you know. It's better than nothing. And I never can bring myself to get rid of food. I always feel like if I have it, I can eat it. I lose nothing by doing so. But we are going to go passive, at least until we get through the marshes. Unless the enemies are high enough level to give me some experience. The marshes are, of course, the original, I believe they're the original home of the Neeker Breaker concept. This is where Sam coined the term. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was the Midgewater Marshes. It's interesting playing a taller character, because, I mean, I know I've run my Hobbit through this area plenty, but going through it now, it's hard to believe it's playable as a Hobbit, because the grass is pretty much neck high for me, even now. I like the look of this. It's been a while since I stopped and took a random screenshot. By the way, we're going to... I think we're going to go ahead and go to the inn first, and then work our way to Kandak. Or Kandak? No, wait. Okay, Kandak and Kandath are different characters. Kandak is in the Forsaken Inn, where we're going first, and then Kandath is the ranger, where we're going to visit. And as soon as we can. But I do want to stick to somewhat of a linear progression. It's just easier to manage. I think we're almost through the marshes. Don't know what the hobbits were complaining about. This isn't even a very long trek. Say hi about every zone in the game, given the scaling. And eventually, looks like coming up soon, the grass will change, which is really the primary difference between these two zones is the fauna. As you can see. Okay. And here we are. What do you think, Lily? Not exactly what you're used to. You probably enjoyed the Midgewater Marshes much more than I did. I love this zone. I always have. There's not much to it, really. This is all basically instance. It's not really, but at the time it was treated like an instance. Yeah, it's just a lot of open air, a lot of old ruins. I don't think I've been to a zone yet that I haven't commented on how much I enjoy, but, you know, I really do particularly love the Lowlands. And of course now we have ore that is our level. Because remember, we're not that far away from the next crafting tier, but we're not there yet. Let's go take a look. Yeah, jeweler. Oh, I haven't even finished jeweling. Yeah, I got a ways to go here. I need silver. And then, of course, prospecting. Yeah, we have a long way to go here. There's a possibility that search for ore could hold us back a little bit in our progression, but that's fine. Crafting is its own reward. That's not true, but crafting produces its own reward. It's a random patch of green here. It's kind of curious. We have the milestone. I really need more milestone skills. I'm used to having virtually as many as I want. Okay, welcome to the Forsaken Inn. By the looks of things, it has not been completely forsaken, but it is undoubtedly an inn. Oh, jeez. Do I have anything? I don't have 10 of anything, that's for sure. Constable Bram.
Stay a moment.
Greetings, young elf. I'm the constable here at Forsaken Inn. My body's too old for adventure, but my mind is young enough to know there's work to be done around here. Up north, beyond Weathertop, there are wolves and orcs in the Midgewater Pass, and boars scattered throughout Anulos, all causing no end of trouble. I've a bit of a proposition for you. Clear up the threats. If you bring me proof of your noble deeds, I will see that you get a fair reward. Are you interested?
I think I am. You do have this hat that I want. Is it terrible though? Oh, see, I can't tell because of the cloak. Let's do it. That's a fairly all-encompassing Slayer quest there. Oh dear. I don't think I need you to be here, Lily. I have a feeling you're going to be a little in the way. You know, the prancing pony isn't that much more occupied than this place is. It's still quite a crowd.
Greetings.
Bloodstone, is that? Yes, we do want to keep that. Oh. Creature gold cap. This is really troubling to me. I was under the impression that I became a premium player after spending some money as a free player, and that this was removed automatically for all my characters. Was that not the way it used to be? This is going to be an issue if for no other reason than I'm going to get annoyed with the pop-up coming up constantly. Looks like it's 5 gold is my limit. That's really frustrating. I mean, it'll be a long time before I need to spend more than 5 gold at once, but it's just annoying to have to deal with. Falster the Fox.
How can I be of service?
Some come to these lands because they are shunned, others to simply pass through. Some folk like me are here at the behest of others with nothing more than profit on the mind. Which ilk are you? A little bit of a mix between the...
Can I speak with you a moment?
Between the second and third option? Yep. Okay.
I'll make my living trading with the patrons of the Forsaken Inn, or rather I used to until the goblins arrived. Their presence struck fear into my suppliers and has made trade impossible. Sadly, that doesn't remove my obligation to Oli Redbrush, the employer in Breetown. A vale beneath the ruins of Minas Ariol, southeast of the Forsaken Inn, contains the coins and heirlooms I need, and more. Wolves inhabit the valley, and Oli may forgive me the delay if I include some pristine wolf teeth with the shipment. Pardon. If you assist me in collecting these curiosities, I will ensure that you are paid for the favor. Make your way to the valley beneath Minas Ariol and obtain coins, heirlooms, and wolf teeth for me. Easy enough. Oh, wow. No shortage of quests here.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
I am Gaderick Moons, a member of the Egglane. I trade artifacts found in the Lone Lands to collectors in Bree in return for food and other necessities. Until recently, our trade has been brisk, but darkness has come to these lands, and our people, the Egglane, face starvation and deal with murder. Well, jeez. Goblins have crept into the Lone Lands and have made trade difficult. They attacked us, murdering many of our neighbors and seized many of our trade goods. That's grammatically incorrect. Murdering many of our number and seized many of our trade goods. Ruins of ancient Arnor overlook a large valley to the southeast of the Forsaken Inn. Minas Ariol, the place is called, and it was long dear to my people. Would you go there and retrieve our trade bundles from the crates that remain and return to me? The crates are all that remain of our last collection.
I don't know if you can help me.
My charge is clear. Revisit a measured vengeance upon the goblins. Still, I feel this is not enough. The goblins are responsible for the deaths of many. I want to revisit them what they wrought upon us. I will pay you in trade and recognition upon my people if you are willing to assist me in this endeavor. Any goblin from the northeast of the encampment to the depths of Minas Ariol will suffice, as many will carry the proof that I desire. Scabbards, leather scabbards, used to house their murderous daggers. Seek out the goblins in these places and claim their scabbards. Return them to me, and I will see that you receive a fitting reward. Easy enough.
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
My people suffered such horrors as wargs tore through the ruins before the lashes of their masters. Ferocious and unyielding, the beast devoured many members of my tribe, even as they lay dying. The beast must be punished, and my people must find their strength again. Oh, that's annoying. The wargs dwell now among the ruins of Minas Ariol, the home they stole from my people. We must humiliate the enemy, take their tails, and show them they are weak. Hunt down the wargs, collect their tails, and bring them to me so I can see smiles once more upon the faces of those few that remain of my people. By the way, the Egglane are, as far as I know, a completely fictitious group of people. There was no group of people in the Lone Lands at all. And I think they account for this by basically the Egglane supposedly like to keep to themselves and, out of sight, out of mind of everyone else. But there was no race of the Egglane. There's a reason why there couldn't be. They aren't based on anything in the literature.
I don't know if you can help me.
Our people suffered an attack that cost many lives, and who knows how many more will be dead of starvation before the year is spent. The goblins must pay for this foul treachery. You carry yourself as one familiar with battle. Would you go to the ruins of Minas Ariol, southeast of this inn, and destroy the goblins you find there? The Egglane deserve vengeance. So, I guess I'm killing a whole bunch of goblins. Yeah. In fact, let's go ahead and uncheck that. Is that Kandak? Yeah. Okay, good. Oh my. I never noticed this before.
What? How is this not a top priority? Don't tell me that these are here to catch water. This is not at all a sufficient solution to this problem. Are we going to do a pelt mission so that I can plug that up? Certainly there's a quest here to fix the roof.
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
There are too many travelers, even through this remote land, and the nearest water sits foul and stagnant. We've the whale, of course, but water is rationed among all the guests and does not go as far as it might. Blankets need making and mending, and there are no better hides to be found than those of the wolves. The hide of a warg is too coarse, but a wolf's fur can be made soft with a comb. If you've the time and a good heart, I would ask for your assistance. You'll not see me stomping through the brush to get to the wolves, as deadly as they are. There are a few places that you may want to look for wolves with proper hides. Wolves creep among the ruins of Minas Ariel in the south, though that place is also crawling with wolves and goblins. Wolves hunt too among the weather hills, to the east and north. Finally, you could travel even further north, but the Midgewater Pass is dangerous and full of even worse things than wolves. Well, you could specify. You specified earlier. When you have the wolf hides, return to me, and I'll see that you are rewarded. I could collect the warg hides too, and we could use them to fix the roof. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know if you can help me.
Odin Migward does the cooking around here, though he has been in the wild for weeks, but I have some recipes of my own that tickle the fancy of some of the guests, so much so that they have bought out all of my latest fare. The recent commotion ran off our modest herd of swine, and I need more pork. I need boar feet, and leg bones. Well, I feel like if you need that much pork, you could probably, take the whole pig and not just the feet and leg bones. Though I am partial to pig's feet, don't get me wrong. Though I'll not share with you all of my recipe, I will tell you that the marrow from the bones gives the soaked feet a richer taste. Once you pull the fur away and cure the feet in salt, you have a tasty treat. You should find boars in the surrounding area and northeast among the weather hills. Be careful though, not every foot is good for eating. I would think not.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Ever since Gadarak Moot showed up, I've no rest. Normally we see no guests for months on end, but the glut of guests here has me stretched to my limit. Anlaf is under great strain and takes his worries out on me, driving harder to see that the chambers are cared for, the workers watched, and the guests fed. Well, I'm just not able to do it all. One thing that still needs to be done is the replacing of the pillows. All the stuffing is gone missing with the use they are getting, and I need to get the fluff back into them. We don't have the luxury of ducks, but the crabine circling about in the north might do in a pinch. There are plenty of the troublesome thorn talon and sharp-eye crabine lurking about. Bring me some of their feathers, and I'll pay you for your trouble. The birds circle often over the vales surrounding Weathertop and the summit of the Great Hill. I'm going to be all over the place with these.
I don't know if you can help me.
I'm not just a servant and maid here at the Forsaken Inn. I am also a fair hand with needle and thread. At the moment, Anlaf has me making a special treat for the goblins of Anunlos. I've been trying to finish this terrible little scarecrow for weeks, but there are none here willing to risk their lives against the goblins to bring me what I need to complete it. I have all the pieces I need except cloth from enough goblin tablets to complete the scarecrow. If you are willing, go to the ruins of Minas Ariel to the southeast or to the plains of Anunlos and bring me some tablets from the goblins there so I can finish this dreadful thing. You could also use your skills to create a new roof. Maybe just a blanket or something up there. You could make a tarp, right?
Greetings.
You bring a letter from Miss Santiva. Of course you do. If only she understood what is happening here. Allow me to explain. I make coin trading with the Muntz brothers. You will see them about the inn. They find relics amongst the ruins in the lone lands and trade them to myself and others who visit this place for foodstuffs and supplies. For years our trade went uninterrupted, but recent events have caused the trade to cease altogether. If there is nothing to sell to the collectors in Breetown, and there is nothing to sell, okay. The Muntzes cannot reach the ruins any longer. Their livelihood is threatened, as is ours. All Mrs. Sandheaver sees is that she will not have new Aernorian collectibles with which to impress her friends, while the Mootses and their people may lose their lives.
Stay a moment.
Well, I am glad that you see the folly in her attitude, sir. Ugh. It's not good.
I will tell you of my troubles, traveler, and see if you can lend me some assistance. The Mootses supply me with pottery and other trinkets found throughout the ruins in the lone lands. They count themselves folk of these lands, these Eglain, and they depend on such trade for their livelihood. Goblins have overrun the ruins where they are accustomed to gathering the pieces. They cannot collect the pottery shards I require, and I find my deliveries impossible to fulfill. If I cannot send a delivery of pottery to Miss Sandheaver in the town of Bree, I will not be paid. There is a valley beneath the ruins of Minas Ariol, southeast of the Forsaken Inn, where wolves have been known to prowl. There may be some scattered bits of pottery there, and perhaps some whole pieces as well. If you can bring me some, I will see you paid for your efforts. Do be careful. The lone lands never cease to be dangerous, especially in these troubled times.
The issue I have here is I just got through saying that the Eglain were, you know, sort of a hermits, and now they depend on you and trade for their livelihood? I assume they were self-contained. Of course.
I'm sure it will do no good, but may I speak with you?
Oh, this is the... Yeah, this is the... We're going to take it, but this is a... I have this instance. Please tell me instances carry over to different characters. I mean, they certainly have to, right? I mean, come on. Yeah, okay. Whew, that would be very troubling. Oh, jeez. Forget it.
I don't know if you can help me.
Good day, Lord Master. What do you need? Did I summon you? Anyways, it doesn't matter. My supplies have not come back from Bree. I sent a cart out a week ago, or earlier. I'm not sure anymore. But I did send a cart, I know that. Now where is it? Tell me that! The cart was traveling west towards Bree, and it should have come back by now. I want to know what happened to the supplies I sent, and to the cart's driver. I hope it wasn't the goblins. There are so many of them there now. Will you help? Will you travel west towards Bree? Search both north and south, and bring me any news you discover. Okie dokie. Looks like we're ready for... Yeah, ready for adventure. And see, this is going to pop up every time I do anything. So I'm just going to leave it. Alright, so we're going to do the cart, the one we just took first. Hello, Ninth Pawn. Thank you for tuning in. But we're going to do the cart first because it's actually a bit of a backtrack. Not far, but enough. And then we'll come back and just kill things. Because all of our quests, I believe, are kill and collect. Actually, let's... I believe the cart is right off the road. There we are. Uh-oh, we need help. Can't go running out here by ourselves. Cart driver.
Goblin Slayer. Quest, what? Okay. The pendant sparkles in the sun. There is no goblin-made item. The craft is too symmetrical and clean. Someone has recently lost this. Alright. Only because it is a Forsaken Inn quest and not a bree-land quest are we taking it. The driver has been slain. Wait, so do these goblins count? Apparently not. I think we're going to go ahead and turn in this quest we just finished just to get it out of the way. I mean, who knows? Given the way the rest of these quests have gone, he'll probably just tell me that I need to go to Minas Ariel. Or Ariel. That is, as I said earlier, there's not a lot in this zone, so quests are packed very densely into the areas where there are things to do. You know, here, here, here. There's a good bit of them here. And of course, the majority of what you do in the zone is this area right here. Which I believe is the namesake of our, Book 2, The Red Maid. I think ends at the end of that area. I could be wrong. Try to stay out of the way, Lily. These people are probably going to be a bit nervous.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
What? Goblins attacked my cart? This is no good at all. How am I supposed to feed my patrons? This is simply no good at all. Let me think on this. Wait, really? Alright, come on, Lily.
I'm sorry to trouble
Ah,
you,
look
but
at
will you
that.
help me?
Pay no mind to the name of the inn. Not all who pass here never return. Only ones that stray too far off the road and find themselves in the clutches of them goblins. Bloody-handed creatures deserving of a good beating, those goblins. You're an able-bodied sort. Why don't you go show those brutes they are not wanted here? The lands around the inn are just crawling with them. People scare easily, you see. With the goblins creeping all about the ruins and so close to the inn, I'm destined to use the wood falling from the roof to bar the doors unless someone gives me a hand. You'll find goblins on the fields of Anunlos, and a good number of them have established a foothold in the old ruins of Minas Ariel to the southeast. Called it, didn't I? Maybe you could take some of the wood from the barrels, or, you know, these crates, or, you know, the pile of wood. You know, maybe use some of that to fix your roof. Jeez. Alright, Lily. We are going to quest in the Lone Lands. We'll finish that in no time. We're going to Minas Ariel.
What can I do for you?
Tell me you're not surprised. But that is our destination. We do have... Yes. Oh, and I do want you back to aggressive. that. All right. So every time we kill one goblin, we're gonna get 4 or 5 different quests. Oh. Not silent enough, or ya? Now that raises an interesting question. Do my pets have good stealth detection? Are they going to help me avoid the problem of... All right. Am I not? Yeah, here we go. All right. Bear with me for one moment, everyone. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Where are we? I'm not sure which way to go here. This is one of those areas, by the way, that I have not been in any real capacity for probably 5 years. But I don't expect it's going to be that overwhelming. Yeah, we really are tearing through these quests. It's an interesting structure. You okay, Lily? doing just fine. So the trade bundles, are they also coming from... No, they're not. Okay. I didn't know if I was looting them off bodies as well, or if it was just taking that long to get through all of my many achievements being listed on the front of my screen. Lily isn't even contributing. This is all about my seal. Those lobbers used to be such a pain in the butt. I feel like the game was more difficult back in the day. And you really had to be careful with those guys. And I'm sure you still do in certain situations. This just isn't one of them. You will die by lightning. Alright, wow. Okay, so what do we got left? Jeez. Boars, crabine, boars, wolves. So I found this. Pottery shards, that's here. Valley. Okay, yeah. Looks like everything else is going to be in the valley. Let's actually get it updated. Okay, yeah. And we'll go from there. Let's see, is this part of the valley? Looks like it. Ooh, yikes. Ooh. I mean, I'm not particularly bothered by spiders. I'm just, these are signatures. I'm not even sure if that's the right spot. What the hell? Let's go. Yeah, that's definitely a bit more interesting. We gotta keep our wits about us, Lily. Fences of the Lowlands. Oh, nice. Find all of the various ruins. That's a lot, actually. That's the kind of quest I enjoy. Even if I don't complete it, which I won't be making much of an effort to complete it. But I always feel good when I do. Now, Broken Urn, is that for... Yeah. That's a scholar item. Oh dear. This would get serious. Oh gosh. Come on, Lily, you got this. Oof. Oh god. You fought well, my child. Now I summon you again. See, you're fine. He was faking it for attention. She was faking it for attention. It's a very random corpse, very fresh, very clean, no particular context. Maybe there's a quest for it later. Someone probably lost a wife. Well, or two children, I don't know. Well, there's no doubt that we're in the wrong place. I mean, we've gathered that by the fact that I have run into none of my quest items. So my initial skepticism about this route was correct. Oh, jeez. Really? Fine. I guess these are just random corpses. I mean, they're littered about fairly frequently. This would explain why there's so much hesitation to even attempt to enter this area. I mean, there weren't that many people in the inn, and this is quite a few recently dead people. So clearly there was a recent tragedy. So I go back. What is this? I keep using this? Oh dear. This is not good. Well, it looks like... Oh, whoa, whoa! That's not what I expected. Okay. Why... I don't understand why I'm freezing so badly. I really don't. This is not a good situation. Oh dear. If we have our first death, it will be at the hands of a formidable foe. It will not be at the hands of a frozen game. So help me God, I will not fall to you. Oh God. That was an ordeal. You know what we're gonna say? We're gonna say that was a skill. That spider used a skill that allowed him to freeze my character in place. Yeah, I've never experienced anything quite like that. I've had my game freeze and crash, but I've never had it freeze in that way and unfreeze. I really hope it's not something to do with my streaming software. I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like it should be. But now I have a thirst for blood, and I will find this spider and I will end its life. The, whatever you call it. The white spider. Or I could realize that this is probably the direction I need to go and go this way instead. Come, Lily, we'll not waste our time with arachnids anymore. We have larger matters to attend to. And hairier ones. Where is this guy? I love what he's doing. Well, that's just delightful. You know, I don't even want to hurt you because you sound so adorable. Okay, wait. There's a quest up here. Do you folks know about a quest? Am I doing this right? Yeah, so I'm seeing a quest marker on my screen, but it is either under or over the top of this hill. And I feel like I'm... Yeah, here we go, here we go. Really? Good. Good, good, good. Oh, look at that. Leo Fuena. Take a sip of my drink for this. Hoping this caffeine will eventually solve the yawning problem.
I don't know if you can help me.
Elf, you are real. My eyes are not deceived. I am Leo Fuena of the Eggland. I have been trapped here for weeks, wounded and unable to make my way out past the goblins. My people were overrun by the goblins and were forced to flee. I defended them as best I could, saving some who reached the archway to the west, but my wounds were grievous, and I was fortunate to find this hiding place. I have been luckier still that the goblins have not gone missing thanks to my blade. Were not missed and had food, though ill fare it was.
Yeah, that's probably unpleasant.
I am still weak and cannot make my way from this place on my own. Will you aid me? You need to only take me as far as the archway to the west.
So you have been here for weeks with a wound? I mean, very impressive, to be honest. That you could move at all. Yeah, you're telling me. Spiders are definitely too strong. Through the goblins. I'm good at through the goblins. That's my strong suit. You're pretty formidable too for someone who's been injured for weeks. We must take care. Thanks, Mom. I'm coming. I'm a little bit on fire. Not a huge issue. Whoa. Tell me I'm not the only one that heard that crazy noise. Wait, what? Why aren't you going that way? Is there a better way? At the foot of the stairs, we must turn west towards freedom. I don't... really don't feel like this is the most logical way to get to aforementioned freedom. Look at that. All right, I'll do it. I will go back to the inn and talk to him immediately after I do what I'm about to do now, which is see if this is the way towards the ravine. Wherein I will find my shards of pottery and other things. Oh. Yes. Rubble. That's gotta be it, right? I mean, it has to be. Yes. Okay, good. This is where we're going to find the heirlooms and coins, and hopefully the pottery will be in a similar... These are all stealth creatures. Yeah, here we go. Look at them, they come out of nowhere. This is not a quick moving process, the shards and the rubble. Oh, may have spoke too soon there. Doesn't help when there's stealth moves every 5 steps. Yeah, he definitely has decent stealth detection, which is a relief. We found the mother lode. Look at this. is Arnorian rubble. This is very, very old stuff. And it's amazing it hasn't all been picked through by now, but... I mean, there would have been plenty of it. Combat. You know what? Lily's in combat. I'm not. I would love to see what the heirlooms look like. Wait, seriously? What am I just done? Yeah, I guess so. Alright. So that basically brings us to boars and birds. Boars and birds. Do I want to use... I think I actually gonna go ahead and use my return home skill, which is not right there. Where is it? Right here. Alright, real quick, we're gonna go see if we can finish up the other 2 killing quests before we turn anything in. Yeah, this place is beautiful. It really makes a difference when you haven't been to a zone in a very, very long time. 'Cause I came through here with bingo, but I don't think there was much to do here with bingo. I could be wrong. I mean, I've definitely been to Weathertop plenty of times over the years. I mean, Weatherstock, which is the concert event that takes place here annually. You know, things of that nature. Fugitive. Huh. Alright, hold on. Let's make sure our birds quest. Yeah. Okay. There's an annoying bird as already. I know I say this every time, but I really hate birds in this game. They are exceptionally irritating. But they don't have a lot of HP, which is good. Or I guess morale. Is it morale for enemies too? That's a good question. I assume it is. You know, I've probably seen evidence that would answer that question every time I play in some form or another, in a tooltip or something. But I've just never thought to pay attention to it. So I'm here not knowing. Oh, you know what? I should also be killing orcs. Orc shields. I need orc shields. Oh, an ore. I should be looking for ore too. that going to be an orc that I can get a shield from? No. Please tell me it's not a quest item. Nope. Just a really annoying gold cap. Something about all those boars around this tree in this area makes me think about the Lion King. I'm probably looking for, yeah, looks like I'm looking for the wrong enemies, since I'm not supposed to be looking for goblins, quote unquote. I'm supposed to be looking for orcs, quote unquote, which in Lord of the Rings Online, there is actually a distinction between the two that I do not believe is originally present in the books. Goblin is a term used in The Hobbit. There may be some distinction in the literature, but I don't know that there is. I think they're just synonymous terms. You know, I expected to have trouble with birds as far as finding them, but that's actually been the easiest part of this. I'm really just looking for orcs and birds. And Lily, of course, is looking for that boar. All right. All right, this is what we're talking about. See the difference in that creature versus the little gangly thing he's running around? This is an orc. A much less intimidating creature, by the way, when you're not a hobbit. Just in case I haven't mentioned the fact that I play, that my main is a hobbit, 100 times so far in this recording. Lightning. At least they all have the shields. Because this would be much more annoying if I was missing most of the time. And we got it. That should be it. Yeah. Our first set of quests completed. I'm not sure if this zone is just really small from north to south, or if it looks that way. It looks like I'm covering more ground than I am as I run because it's so open. I'm assuming the latter is the case, though clearly this is a narrower zone than most. Again, from north to south. Looking for ore. I like to think that Geralad, because we know he's from Rivendell, but he's been to spend a lot of time in Eri Luin, or at least some time in Eri Luin. I like to think that Geralad has done a lot of escorting other elves from Rivendell to the Grey Havens. You know, as sort of a caravan guard or whatever. Like maybe he's just used to traveling these roads. Maybe not so much in exploring the surrounding wilderness, but the roads themselves, yeah. I like to think that that's what he does. Alright. That wasn't so bad. Those seem to be completed pretty quickly. More than I expected anyway. Oh, very nice. Alright, we're going to have to call it here. I knew I was going to have a short time tonight, but I really wanted to get on and touch base. Oh, look at that roof. God. There's got to be some sort of code that this is violating. But anyway, I appreciate everyone who tuned in. I'm going to call it here, and it is a holiday weekend for me, so I'll probably be back in just a couple days. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.